Good to be back in the wild. This right here is kind of the wilderness view you're going to get. The light is perfect. The reservoir is calm. It's absolutely gorgeous. Wouldn't you agree? Now, this quiet is deceptive. You might hear some distant traffic we're filming in the middle of a weekday. But we're not here for the calm or the traffic. We're here for the unexplained. We're here to talk about missing 411. Before we dive into some of the most baffling cases, the ones that truly defy all conventional explanation, I want to bring your immediate attention to two current ongoing searches. These people deserve our focus right now. First, a chilling case out of Maine. The search for 2-year-old Laurel Wheaton, a fisherman from Old Town, has now entered its second week. He simply vanished. Laurel Wheaton was last in contact with his family on April 27th, heading out to camp at Lake Pocumcos. The next day, his empty canoe was found drifting, motor attached, on the icy cold water. The water temperature this time of year is a true killer. As one local noted, you wouldn't survive 10 minutes. The search has dramatically scaled back now, focusing only on periodic flights. If you are in that Maine area, if you can walk those rugged shores, if you have a plane to put up, please notify the Maine Warden Service. A life hangs in the balance. And this is a tragedy that demands resolution. Second, a more recent and deeply unsettling case near the California border in southern Oregon. John Early, 65 years old, has been missing since April 30th. He was mushroom picking with a friend in the Jenny Creek area. Mushroom pickers, hikers, solo hunters, they have a habit of disappearing from these parts. It's a fact that haunts the records. The area is just north of Ashland, near Crater Lake National Park. A known nexus for strange phenomena. Search and rescue teams from multiple counties have been deployed with dogs and ATVs, tirelessly searching this rugged landscape. But John Early has not been found. They are asking for your help. This is an area of intense mystery. If you live near that Jenny Creek Road, where sightings of strange lights are sometimes reported, please lend your assistance. We need to close these open cases. I get thousands of emails, and some of them raise questions that we absolutely must consider when studying the missing 411 phenomenon. They challenge the very fabric of reality. A listener recently wrote in about an old Coast to Coast AM show detailing a phenomenon called the Wind River turnaround. A person is transported great distances across water with absolutely no memory of the journey. This chilling detail directly parallels one of our core missing 411 profile points being found miles away, disoriented, with amnesia. To my Native American friends watching this, if you know about the Wind River turnaround, please shed some light on this ancient mystery. I also had a retired deputy sheriff write in about the Sasquatch DNA evidence we've discussed. The historical and genetic evidence strongly suggests it is not an ape. Not an animal. They concluded the evidence is solid, showing this is a human. This is a hypothesis that many people refuse to acknowledge. That refusal is the greatest barrier to understanding the wilderness disappearances. Here's a bizarre case that relates to an almost unbelievable anomaly. I had a listener describe seeing a miniature metallic spaceship about 4 inches wide. Gunmetal black fly at their forehead. It was like a device or a specialized drone. It impacted their lower forehead, right near the pineal gland. They immediately fell asleep and only remembered the strange impact the next morning. No marks, just the internal sensation. I've reported on this exact strange impact happening to another person. This is an extreme oddity, perhaps suggesting some form of technological interaction or remote influence used in the wild. Let's shift our focus to the absolute core of the mystery, the anomalies of the recovery, the impossible facts that haunt our cases. The human body found in an impossible location or in an area that was already searched. You have children or the elderly traversing impossibly rough uphill terrain, only to be found days later without any severe signs of exposure or dehydration. The only conclusion that fits the facts: they were not there when the initial search was conducted. This points to a technology or a naturally occurring phenomenon that can alter location or even alter time. What if that journey, that process of transference, involves a momentary glitch, a portal opening and closing, and then the ultimate question, motive. If these people are being taken, why are they taking the people they take? Why the profile groups, those with German ancestry, the exceptionally fit, or conversely, the disabled and the academically gifted? I offer a working theory. What if an entity is monitoring our DNA? They are studying us to understand how to make the human species resistant to disease. Or perhaps to understand the very mechanics of human durability. This superior, highly intelligent group may be running the most sophisticated genetic study in history, taking samples from all walks of life, from all ages. For reasons we cannot currently comprehend, the truth requires us to think beyond our normal scientific norms. The answers we seek are far from comfortable, and they demand a revolution in our understanding of what constitutes life on this planet. Let's close with a classic, deeply frustrating case that epitomizes the anomalies, Ray Barber. Wallowa Mountains, Oregon, 1,965. He simply vanished while elk hunting. Ray's body was found an incredible 3 miles from the bottom of a 100-foot cliff. The local press quoted the sheriff saying, "Ray dragged himself 3 miles. I have never, in thousands of reports, heard of such an impossible feat. The body was reported as battered and had a severe head injury. His rifle barrel had mysteriously exploded. Was it an accident, a deliberate act, or an encounter with something unknown? The most critical missing piece: no autopsy. The coroner refused, stating it wasn't necessary for an unattended death. Despite the sheriff's direct request, the only way to know how Ray Barber truly died was blocked. This cover-up, this lack of transparency, is what defines so many of our cases. Ray Barber is just one file in the dark history of the Wallowa Mountains, where people continue to disappear without a trace. Friends, we started with 2 ongoing, heartbreaking searches and closed with a cold case from 1,965 that screams for answers. The patterns are consistent. The mysteries remain. I want to thank the villagers for your support. If you have the inclination, please assist in those current searches. Every effort, every eye on the ground counts. Keep fighting the good fight. Never give up on the truth. And if you know something about the Wind River turnaround, or any of these cases, let us know in the comments. Until next time, stay safe out there. This is David Paulides for Mystery Rift.